Hello and welcome to the Game of Miles podcast, where we take a game of inches and turn it into 1,000 miles. We are here, boys. We are ready for the fantasy football playoffs. And with me, I have my co-host, Jake Laposha.
What up?
Our executive producer, Luke Williams.
How we doing?
And of course, the peanut butter squids. Hopefully the squids for only a few more weeks. We are excited that the playoffs are finally here, and we got another great one for you. So buckle up, and here we go.
All right.
Sweet. All right. Boys, we made it. It's
playoff time.
It's been 14, 15-ish long weeks. A lot of ups and downs, but we're finally here for the playoffs. Let the arguing commence, and I think it's going to get crazy. Are you guys excited? You're both in.
We made it.
We made it, Willie. We started the day off with a little smack talk between Willie and Jim already. So that was a good way to kick it off.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know if he was going to play a defense or not.
Yeah, Jim took offense to that, and he responded.
He didn't have a defense. It's a valid question.
No, I get it.
Yeah, fair. I mean, I think that the trash talking's only going to get worse from here. I think I was smacking with Rich yesterday, and just cause, and it's just like, you got to just get under people's skin this time of year because it's so easy.
Yeah, it's a strategy.
True.
And I expect you, Blake, to be smack talking. Well, I don't even know who, but since the squid bracket's kind of a cluster, no matchups, but just smack talk everyone in the loser bracket.
I don't care if you made the playoffs, if you didn't.
Yeah, I mean, you're on Scully's radar, no matter who you are.
Oh yeah, it just makes me feel good about my insecurities. So either way, but okay, well, let's get it started. Mr. Commissioner, what do you got for us? We're going to go over into the commission's corner.
Well, we'll start it off how we start off the last 4 weeks. Fathom, you still owe a shotgun.
Oh my gosh.
4 weeks have passed. He said the flu has taken over his house, which I understand. But like Scott said, he's seen Fathom drink beer while he was under the weather before. So I don't know if he's just kind of trying to get around it. I don't know what's going on. Fathom's usually the first person to guzzle a beer if you tell him to. But I would say, Fathom, my opinion would be sooner rather than later, because if you are squid and run the beer mile and you still owe a shotgun, you have to run the beer mile and then do a shotgun before we head to the lake. And that won't be, as two people here who have run the beer mile, you won't want to shotgun after you do that. My second item,
or after.
Oh, before or after, but when you get to the lake, it's a different story. My second item is I'm going to blow up GroupMe the last probably 4 weeks of just reminders of no using the waiver wire if you're out, no dropping players. We're going to keep things in line. We haven't had any issues in the past, but you guys will be annoyed at me of reminders, but that's just part of the fantasy game when you're the commish. And other than that, good luck to everyone.
And we are going to go to the spot tomorrow. Truly, the Game of Miles crew has put together a little Thursday night football action at the spot. For anybody that doesn't know, that's Tanner's off of Holmes and Redbridge. So we're going to get there about 6:00. And I'll put that in GroupMe tomorrow, but we're going to go eat. I think the game starts around 7:15, and we'll just hang out for as long as people want to stay. So looking forward to seeing everybody that can make it.
Haven't been to the spot in a minute.
No.
I know. Hopefully they still remember us.
I know.
Hopefully we can get our table.
Yeah.
We might get crazy and get that back room or something. I don't know.
I'm going to inquire about it tomorrow. I'm going to ask the waiter or waitress what we got to do to get in there, and if we get served, if we're in there, because if it's a Thursday night, no one's there, I say we go sit on some leather couches.
Yeah, we could maybe eat at the bar or something for a bit and then go back there and hang out. I'm sure they have darts and some other stuff, so that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Love it. All right. Well, we do have a special guest that will be joining us today, and he is not here yet. So as we wait for him to get here, hold on one second. I got a text message that doesn't give me any information. So as we wait for him to get here, let's just go ahead and start looking at what the playoffs are going to be for this week. We have a couple buys. We have 2 matchups in the playoff side, and then of course the Squid Games is the Wild Wild West with all 6 teams in contention. So maybe we can start with the playoff bracket and go through some matchups.
Let's get. Which one do you want to do first? That's my question, I guess.
Well, we Scott and Rich have the bye. Everyone knows
that. Spencer and Jake is the first one on my screen. So
yeah, it's me versus Dick Doctor. Right now, looks like I'm projected 109.3. He's projected 98.14, but Lamar is
yeah, so we have Lamar projected at 0.
Yeah, they don't know if he's going to play or not.
Yeah.
Dick Doc is obviously hoping he plays. I hope he does not play because I'd rather see him play Brady versus Cincinnati than Lamar versus Cleveland. So his projection will obviously be a little higher once a quarterback's in there. I think Dick Doc is the 3rd team in points for Willie. I know you're the points guy. I believe I'm
pulling it up on
or second. Right now. He's up there.
4th. Dick Doctor is 4th in points for.
Oh, 4th.
You're 5th.
And then, yeah. So I mean, we had. I think he beat me during the season. I like my matchups this week. So it's going to be any man's game.
If you were a betting man, would you bet on yourself? Are you confident? You think you're going to do it?
Man, Lamar being out could be massive.
If Lamar is out, yes, but also my competitive side, I have to say yes. And I don't know. I think Dick. I don't know how bad he beat me the first time I played him, but yeah, I'm gonna bet on myself.
Projected. Well, you have 109. He has no quarterback. 98 plus 17. I mean,
he's going to have a little bit of an edge if he gets once he gets a quarterback in there.
No matter who he puts in at quarterback, he'll have he'll have the advantage. But I mean, you've been putting up points the last couple weeks.
Oh yeah, I've been busting 100. I think past couple of weeks.
Yep.
So yeah, we'll just see. I got DK playing Thursday night. I know we've discussed before the Thursday night curse. So
yeah,
we'll see.
I think your X factor is going to be Najee Harris. Yeah. I saw Kenny Pickett, I think, is in concussion protocol, and just Pittsburgh has been up and down all year. Not a lot of ups, but that he's going to be the X factor on.
Yeah, he's got to score. I think for me to take or be ahead of Dick Doc, but Najee complete opposite of what he was last year.
Yeah. And Kelsey for Spencer has been a little underwhelming, 5-9 the past few weeks. We do play Houston this week, so I think that's going to be the X factor.
There he is
for that. So,
he's in. Can you hear us?
We cannot hear you.
Okay.
All right. We can hear you. Oh, hey, Gus.
Yeah, Gus.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, welcome, Mr. Treasurer. How are you doing today?
Thank you. I'm doing great. I'm glad you guys invited me on.
Yeah, we're excited. Did you get everything updated?
I did. I sent Willie a link to update the website.
We should be good. Do we want to go to that or stick with what we're doing right now?
Now let's transition over now that we got Scott here.
We'll go back to the playoff matchups. We're done talking about that one anyways. So
yeah.
We'll move on to Treasurer's Chest. Oh, that's
the Treasurer's Chest
edited version.
So Scott, are you going to be giving us odds right now? What do you got for us?
So Willie, are you able to pull the odds up while I'm going over them?
Yep. They can
on
see
screen.
Okay. So I'm loading right now, but I did edit the website as we started the podcast to reflect to show everything. So the first thing I have, we can go by the tabs at the bottom. So you have Spencer minus 5.5, and then you have me minus 7.5.
Yep, that's correct. There's only 2 games to bet on this week because of Squid playoffs are done a little differently.
Yeah,
but we do have 2 other things you can bet on, and that's going to be the the Squid, and then also the Champion.
Nice.
And I'm really hoping this is the week that everyone participates. We got Jake, we got Will, we got two of them in here who have not put any money on the line.
I have said, sorry to interrupt. I have said I told I forget who it was, but I said I will bet this week once the playoffs are starting.
That's what I like to hear.
I'm gonna get in on it. So Willie,
what's your excuse?
I've talked a lot of trash to Harmon, and 7.5 seems like not very many. So I'll give you a bet when we're off of here on myself, because Harmon's team sucks dick. And
man, I feel like we have a bet out of spite right now from Willie, not just.
I love it. And then Landon, if you're out there listening, you're the final missing piece. Shoot me a Venmo for like $5. Bet on whatever.
Scott, are you coming to the spot on Thursday?
Tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yep.
I am.
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. I'll be there.
Nice.
Okay, just curious. All right, so
what are the odds for the Champion? Can we go? I can't see it, but can we go through?
If you go to the website, they're on the website right now.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So for Champion, do we want to start with Champion or Squid?
Do Squid first. I have that up.
Okay. So Squid first. The favorite for being Squid, I have released as Fathom.
Yes.
I'm giving -300 odds. So I don't know what that is. You bet $50 and you get what? You have to bet 300 to win 100.
Right.
After that, I've got the He-Man Woman Haters Club. I don't think they're too far behind Fathom. Fathom's been pretty decent all year. Then I've got Field of Dreams at -110. And then Peanut Butter Squids, you're kind of right there in the middle of the pack.
Hey, I'm plus. I'll take that.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to be Squid. That's why I'm giving you some positive odds.
Okay.
And then Lil Peepee's Lost Boys, you got +300.
Mm-hmm.
I think his team has enough pieces where he's not going to be Squid as much as we all want him to be. And I think we would all sell our souls. I would almost give up a third championship for him to be Squid.
Yeah.
And then the longest odds, I've got Porn Chub +600. He's not a Squid bracket team this year.
Yeah, I think Grant and Maury were obviously going to be the favorites not to be Squid, and they could easily get out this week. But yeah, I think those are good odds from top to bottom.
I mean, Morris did end at like third in points for, I think, or something like that.
Morris's stats and his record do not align.
And
I feel for him, man.
I have
that sucks.
I have the Peanut Butter Squids to thank for that. I sent them a motivational video before because I wanted Morris to lose his bet, and they came out fighting.
Well, you said that there was a big bet on Maury to make the playoffs. I didn't realize it was Maury himself.
It was Maury. It was Maury on Maury action.
Oh my god.
Love it.
Oh, Maury.
Oh, yeah, and you've done great the past week on hedging the odds boost, because I knew there was a lot of money on the pickles last week, and then all of a sudden you come out with the odds boost to get Fathom to go $50 big on Spencer.
I'm going to start operating like Vegas. I'm not going to just let some random dick slap team be the pickle rich booster. I'm gonna try to not lose money. I'm gonna tell you guys, I lost money on purpose this year. All the degenerates in our group, I know they're hooked now, and I haven't turned on the win switch yet. I've got it, but I haven't turned it on.
You're like a crack dealer.
Yeah, give them some cheap stuff first, get them hooked, and then take them big next year.
Well, I'm definitely getting my fix with these prop bets, because that's what I've been waiting for.
And then champion side of it, I've got myself as the favorite. I don't think I'm going to win, but I do have myself as the favorite.
You should be the favorite, though.
Yeah, you got to be the favorite.
Yeah. -235. And then I've got Pickle Rich at -125. And then all the other 4 teams are positive odds. Andy Fa +150. Willie at +300. Posh at +400. And then Jim at +560.
Jim, Willie likes to see that.
I mean, I was scared to put that long of odds because his luck has been there, and sometimes it's hard to beat luck. So,
dude, I might have to throw $10 on Harmon.
Just like he played Fathom, and Fathom was in line.
Yeah,
I think
Fathom
the win
dropped, 46 points.
His quarterback tears his ACL on the second play of the game. That's Jim's luck this year.
Well, if that's the luck, then whoever is playing against Harmon, that person should just carry players that's whoever the Chiefs are playing that week. That way they can all tear their ACLs and so.
Okay, well that's you. You're playing it.
Yeah,
so you need to start picking people up.
You need to go pick up all the.
You just gave away your strategy.
All the nobodies that are for the Texans. Yeah, that's who I want in the playoffs.
Well, Grant's got 3 Texans on his bench.
Yeah, shout out to Damian Pierce not playing for the next 2 weeks. Suck at Grant.
Yeah. And then I will make one note to Grant because I know he's one of the biggest degenerates out of all of us. I'm allowing up to $50 on each of these, Grant. So you can put $50 on the weekly game, the squid, and the champion.
Ooh.
Looking at Grant,
I got to win my money back. So
there goes $150.
The largest winner on the
Grant.
season.
Yeah.
I love it. And when are these due by? Tomorrow by game?
Tomorrow kickoff. And then I might send out updated odds, but usually just at kickoff I kind of cut it.
Well, at the spot tomorrow, Scott's gonna be like, hey, you should bet on so and so, and just like, hey, you should bet on bet. He's gonna be over there.
I'll keep building them up, kind of to even my books out, reduce some risk, and
to the waiter or waitress, hey, you want to bet on our fantasy football playoffs?
They might be setting the Pickle Rich odds boost.
Maybe
that would be.
You never know.
Yeah,
love it.
Who bet $3.57? Rich and Spelly?
No, they payout.
Payout. I was like, who bet that?
Yeah, they bet $10 on like a minus.
Grant to not make the playoffs.
Yeah, it was like minus 260, so the payout was $3.75.
That's right.
On top of their $10 back.
Yeah, the league villain, man. He's the league villain.
Yeah. And props to Fathom. Came in with a big $50 bet last week and won. Tried to double down this week and he got clipped.
Fathom's go big or go home guy.
He really is.
Oh, Fathom, just get some guys on the waiver wire the next few weeks. You're gonna need it. Love it.
Yes.
All right.
Cool.
Well, Treasurer's Chest, Scott, Mr. Treasurer, we appreciate the odds and all you've done for the league. We look forward to taking some money and maybe you could get back to even here pretty quick.
Thank you guys for having me, and I hope everyone makes a bet this week.
That's the goal. Right. The whole league has to make a bet before the league is over.
All right, fingers crossed.
And I will let you guys do your sign off. Thanks for having me on.
All right. See you tomorrow, 6 o'clock.
Champion.
All right, see ya.
See you guys.
All right.
See you, Scott.
Hey, Spelly, it looks like we only have like a minute left.
Are you able to merge these if we jump back on?
If you jump out and then if you can send a new one, I can do it pretty quick. So we'll have to get.
I think we could just rejoin the link. Just rejoin the link and we'll get a new 40 minutes.
It should
10-4.
Okay. Well, then does everybody want to jump out right now?
Yeah, we'll just leave.
We all had to jump
on the
out.
Same link.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going.
Well, we're going to do that. The podcast will still be on. So, sorry, everybody. We're having some technical difficulties with, I guess we chatted a little too much, to be honest with you, before the podcast started. So, now you just get to listen to my sweet voice while I try to get up the meeting again. So, should be joining here pretty quick. Looks like I've got somebody in here, so there we go. Hey, there's a picture. All right, we are back on. So everybody got a little just me talking to myself audio, so that was fun.
All right, Poach is back.
I'm here.
So let's move back to matchups. Is that where we're going?
Yeah, so
we just did me and Spencer, so we need to go to you and Harmon.
Yep.
All right, so give me 1 second to pull that up.
I also just noticed you both are drinking Busch Light, so I'm gonna have to get me one after this
segment. Okay, so we just finished up. Let's say, who do you think's gonna win, Blake? I think it's all dependent on the quarterback. If we're going briefly back to
me and Spencer.
Yeah.
Be honest.
I love you, Push. If I was betting money, I would put money on Spencer.
I probably would too. I'm echoing Willie.
Are you good now?
Am I good?
Yeah,
I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, he got me in the regular season, and I think if Lamar plays, between him and Dak, I think Lamar is gonna. Dak is so. Him and the CD stack that needs to hit once or twice. I think for me to.
Dude, I mean, you are not out of the realm of winning by any means. I mean, you have some great, but like if you just look at his team, I mean, like. I know the quarterback, but even Brady, if he gets 20, like whatever. But I mean, Jonathan Taylor, Knight for the Jets has been
going off.
Yeah. Like his running or his wide receivers, Flex and Kelsey, like they just have a potential. Every single one of those guys could get over 20 points. And so
Mike Williams is an absolute freak.
It's hard. You got to have some guys with some off days.
Yeah,
and you need like 30 plus from Jacobs and like you said, Dak's CD to hit. So it's not out of the question. But if I was betting money, that's what I would do. What about you, Willie?
Unfortunately, I have to agree. I think not that I don't think Jake's can win. I just think like Spencer's team is like the safer bet. Jake's is like he's either gonna win by 25 or lose by 25. Like he's a boomer bust. Especially with the stack. I mean, I don't know. The Jags have been scoring a lot of points, so like that and CD could hit hard. So we'll just have to see what happens with that. But
I think the last time I played Dick Doc was week 1, and he beat me 92-58.
Well, you don't even have the same teams anymore. I mean,
no, I know.
If I look at week 1, I literally have almost nobody from like. You know,
that was my low score moment. I was the first shotgun
of the.
So Dak scored me 4.5. I had no players get double digits.
That's actually unbelievable.
So I was projected 111 and I scored 57. Anyway, so he got me by 40, damn near 40 in the first week. So we'll see.
Revenge game.
Yeah, maybe it's a revenge game.
So we'll go to my matchup, and then we can talk about the squid teams and who we think is going to get out after that.
Let's do that and then do our predictions for who gets out. That sounds great.
Yeah, so looking at me and Harmon's matchup.
I love this matchup.
I do too. This is going to be game of the week.
Not taking Grant's fire, and he said that he's going to do something this week. I know we're kind of doing predictions as well, but like, dude, this has to be game of the week.
I mean, we're just talking about the play. It's time to talk about actual games, and they matter so much more now than like his weekly predictions are. They're always different.
All right, but Willie, I want you to break this down first because you're in it.
All right, so I'll just go position by position. Quarterback, I don't feel confident with at all. I have Kirk Cousins in there right now. I mean, like, I think him and Mike White could do the same thing. I have Mike White down on my bench playing Detroit, who is the worst. They're the best matchup for quarterbacks possible. I picked him up for the playoffs, and I can't decide whether I want to play him or not. Just because the rib thing, if he gets one hit, he's going to be out of the game. Like, so he has, I guess, a higher likelihood of total flop. But also, like, you can't trust Kirk Cousins, I guess, either, but it seems like he has a higher floor. Harmon has Tua. Tua has really fallen off, man.
And he's playing Buffalo.
And and they're playing Buffalo. Buffalo's got a good defense. It seems like in the last few weeks, like, defenses have really figured out that passing attack, like, just in general, like there's still going to be a big play here and there, but it has not been the same. So I don't know. Both of those positions or both of those players don't really excite me too much. The running backs, I have Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry, I think, is going to be fine. He's going to get 20 carries and he should do well. Unless like they get way behind in that game, which could also happen. They're playing the Chargers. Then they're not really going to throw him the ball that much. But he's been okay. He was kind of down for a little bit. He had some really tough matchups. He's got some better matchups now. And then I have Latavius Murray in there. My second running back is I don't really have anybody to actually put there. That's a hope that he gets a goal line carry, play, basically. If he gets me 10, I'm really excited. Bench wise, I don't have anybody. Cordell Patterson, but that's a total timeshare, so I don't want to do it. Harmon is playing both Detroit running backs, so.
Oh wow! I would say
it's worked for him this year. I
know.
They're playing the Jets, and the Jets defense has been lights out. So that would be the worry for me there. But also, those guys are good, and they get a lot of volume. So I would lean towards me just because I have Henry and because playing the Jets, I don't think both of those guys are going to get 15 points apiece or anything, but who knows? Receivers is where I have a big advantage. I have 4 receivers that I could play that are basically wide receiver ones. I have DeAndre Hopkins, Jamar Chase, Keenan Allen, and Tyler Lockett is on my bench. And I'm not super sure which 3 I'm going to play. Hopkins just lost his quarterback. They're playing Denver, who is the best pass defense in the league. So that scares me a little bit. And then on Harmon's side, he has Lazard. They're playing the Rams. I don't know. Just their pass attack, Green Bay's pass attack has not been
what it used exciting.
To be. And if Green Bay plays a good game, it's the Rams. I don't think Baker's going to have the same performance that he did last week, but what do I know, I guess. But, And then he has Michael Pittman against Minnesota. That's
a tough matchup.
Yeah, it's a hard matchup, and it's a little bit of a, Pittman. He's their number 1 wide receiver, but that doesn't mean a ton coming from the Colts. So I would lean towards me on that front. Tight ends, I have Schultz. He has Njoku. I think that's pretty even. Those are both good tight ends. It's probably going to be.
I think there was 3 waiver claims put in for Njoku, myself included. I know Kyle dropped him last week, so it's a good pickup
for sure. He's both of those guys are really big red zone targets, so I think it's going to be a big. It's going to be who gets a touchdown out of those 2 guys, really. So that's a coin flip. The flex, he has Alvin Kamara down there, so I think what he's really thinking is that's one of his running backs, and then his flex is Swift, more or less. So, Kamara's good. Atlanta's.
It's always a crapshoot with the NFC South matchups.
You don't know what you're going to get. Right now, I have Keenan Allen down there, so I expect him to be about where he. Since coming back, he's been double digits almost every game. I think his only game since he came back that he wasn't double digits was 9.8 or something like that. So he's been scoring a lot of points. Kickers, who knows? Does it really matter? Let's be honest. He has Detroit's kicker, so he's really betting hard on Detroit's offense in general. So if the Jets defense does a good job, then
you're rooting for the Jets this week, Willie.
Yeah, I'm rooting for
the Jets. That's what you're doing.
Really hard to.
I think we're about to get to it, but the X factor of the week, Panthers defense. What a pickup! I'm kidding.
Yeah.
After the whole catastrophe this morning.
Yeah, it could be. Those defensive touchdowns when they happen. I picked up Green Bay's defense a couple weeks ago for this week because they're playing the Rams, and I'm not buying that the Rams are so much better now that they got Baker Mayfield. I
don't know.
He got cut,
he's good for a he's good for a pick.
Yeah.
Maybe not pick 6, but
who knows? But I don't know too much about that. He also I think he put in a waiver claim for Daniel Jones. Or he picked him up really early this morning. I'm not sure why.
He got him on waivers. I don't know.
So I saw that, and I don't know what the thinking behind that was. And he also has Dallas Goedert, who should be coming off of IR, so he could play him there as well. So really, I don't know. I guess, what do you guys think about who's going to win this game?
If I had to choose, have you guys played this season yet? Well, you obviously played during the season.
Week 1.
Who won?
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious that both matches.
Yeah. Week 1, I lost. I needed maybe I needed double-digit points from Aaron Rodgers to win the game, and he scored 4.
What did Jim?
92 to 102. So
Jim broke 100.
I'm bringing it up on the screen.
But Jim had Trey Lance. Goddard had Bateman. Different team. Willie had Mitchell, Aaron Rodgers, pretty different teams. But
this one's pretty close. But if I had to choose, just because Jim's betting heavily on Detroit, I'm gonna go Willie. I mean, because if Detroit, puts up.
Yeah, if they put up a lot of
bad
points,
week. I mean, Jim's team, isn't going to do anything.
You're right.
Jim's matchups are awful. This is one of the least ideal matchups you can. Your quarterback's going up against Buffalo for a divisional game, and who could be first in that division? It's tough, and he's been struggling.
Positional players are playing. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Jets are Are they a top 3? Aren't they a number 1 defense?
I don't know.
I don't know. They're up there though.
Yeah, Lazard going up against the Rams, Jalen Ramsey, he's their best player.
He's going to be on him, yeah.
The secondary for Minnesota against Pittman is tough. I like Njoku, but I have Amari Cooper who's questionable, so he could be taken away if they don't have all their guys. Kamara against a tough divisional NFC South. I think Jim's luck runs out. If Willie breaks 100, which he's been doing consistently, I think Jim's luck is up.
Yeah,
and I think
I should break 100. The last 3 weeks, I think I've scored.
I think your wide receivers will make it happen.
I was gonna say Hopkins versus Denver, and Jamar Chase can go against anyone, but they're going against Tampa. And Willie, I think King Henry.
I think Hopkins
is going to be King Henry.
10 targets, So
yeah,
that's the other thing.
And also Schultz against Jacksonville. Hopefully, Dak is slinging that thing all over the field.
Yeah,
for my sake and your sake. So I'm going to go with Willie. Sorry, Jimmo.
I'm taking myself big.
Willie is starting.
I mean, so the last 3 weeks, I have scored 116, 109, 13, I think, last week.
Yeah.
And so I feel good about putting up a number somewhere in that ballpark, and I don't think Jim can get to it.
I've done the same, 123, 113, and then 132. But Dick Doc is also doing the same numbers. So
we're on heaters right now. So I'm hoping it keeps going. Ride that train. All right. Should we move on to squid teams?
Yeah.
Yep. Let's just say who we think is going to get out, and I'll start because I think that Maury is getting out. I don't know. That's probably consensus.
I think Maury as well.
For you guys,
I can tell you. I just have the bracket pulled up and they can see it. So the projected scores on Sleeper for everybody in the Squid Bowl this week: Cahill 103, Lang 104, Morris 114, Spelly 97, Grant 109, Adam 56.
Bump Adam up to 80 once he gets to
he'll be
and all that.
Yeah, I mean he'll be upper 80s, low 90s after he has multiple players that are on IR that are in his starting lineup right now. So
are we at consensus that we think Maury's getting out?
Yeah. I think Maury's going to be out 100%.
He's scored too many points this season.
He has, for this reason alone, I'll say, he has Patrick Mahomes and Pacheco. So any scoring that the Chiefs do against Houston, I think we put up 40-some points this week. So for that reason alone, I think he's going to get out.
Yeah.
And for that reason, I'm out.
The next one.
This is where it gets tough.
I mean, Grant, I think, is probably the favorite.
He's been hot. Yeah, he is. He's projected the most. He's been hot.
But we're gonna not pick him.
You know what? I just have a feeling. I think Kyle's gonna make something happen.
Didn't he have? He scored a lot the last couple weeks, right? He's put up some big numbers.
Well, okay, I say that, and then Stevenson is out.
Yeah.
Is he actually out, or is he?
He's questionable, but I don't think it's looking good.
I mean, you don't know. So it's like, yeah, it does come down to like, does he play, or not?
I think I'll stand by it. I think he can plug in Kareem Hunt, and Christian Watson is been putting up like 20 plus. Garrett Wilson is playing against the Detroit secondary, who I think will have a big game. Olave going up against Atlanta. But the biggest question mark for me with him is Deshaun Watson. Like, can you trust him?
I picked him up and I carried him, and then he played that first week, and I was just like, I'm cutting him. He looks so bad. Like, I just don't. I think like the only saving grace is that he might like scramble for a touchdown or something, and like that's where you're gonna get the points. But I just don't.
I take it back. I don't think Kyle's getting out this week. I don't.
Kyle's bench will probably score more than his starters, just like he has for half of the season.
I'm looking at Lang.
I'm looking at Landon right now, and I don't think he's going to get out. Fields is going against Philly.
Yeah. So I mean,
Pollard.
The good thing about
Pollard
Grant
is legit.
Buffalo is going up against Miami, which I think is a tough matchup. I don't think that Allen and Diggs go off for 60. I don't know. Is there a clear favorite here, boys?
I'm looking at him, and I
think it's
going
to be tight. I think it's going to be really close to who gets it.
I mean, Spelly. I mean, you could get out. I mean, you got
dude.
If you had Kenneth Walker, I would say
he's
playing. Yeah,
is he?
He's playing.
He was a full participant, but it is San Francisco.
Yeah. Oh my God. Well.
Yeah, they might. Yeah.
I don't love my flex and tight end. Everything else I like. And dude, I think there's like a 3-way tie between Grant, myself, 4-way tie. I think anybody else. Maury's out, in my opinion, and then everybody else has a chance.
We're picking Maury for sure, and that we're going to pick everyone else. Whoever gets out, that's our pick.
No, you got to pick somebody. I'll say it's going to be. If I had to bet money, I would put it on Grant.
Yeah.
But my pick won't be that because fuck Grant. So I'm gonna take Landon.
That's who I was gonna take. I'm gonna take Landon too.
All right, I'm good with that. I think Pollard goes off.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be up to Pollard.
Has come on big for Tampa. I like his running backs.
I do too. I think, we'll go with Landon. I think Butker I think he's going to score a lot of points. I know we say kickers don't really matter.
And he has Dobbins back. All right.
J.K. Dobbins went off on me last week against Landon, and so did Pollard.
Yeah, those two, I like Landon's team.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to say that Maury and Landon are getting out this week. We're going to say that me and Kyle are going to get out next week, and then Grant and Adam will be in the Squid Bowl.
Correct.
What a great prediction.
That's got the Game of Miles stamp of approval.
Yeah,
Boom.
For sure.
So,
love it.
There it is, folks.
Right. We probably have taken up way too much of everybody's time. Thank you for everybody still listening, but we're just super excited that the playoffs are here, and we can't wait for all of our predictions and analysis to be completely wrong. But I'm going to wrap us up if you guys are good with that. Any final thoughts before we go?
No. Again, if you want to come to the spot tomorrow at 6:00, Redbridge and Holmes will be there, and good luck.
Yeah, that sounds great. All right. Well, best of luck to all of the playoff teams, and even more luck to all the Squid Bowl contenders. Just remember, it's just fantasy football, boys. I'll just put that out there right now. Life will go on in 3 weeks after everything is said and done. But in the meantime, best of luck. And this is Game of Miles signing off.
See ya.
See you.